Importantly, a celebration, Senior Day. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the Colorado Buffaloes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, catching up with Coach Dykes before the game. One of the points Coach made in the locker room before the team is that this is a separation game. He understands that both teams are undefeated in conference play, and whoever comes out victorious today can separate and make some noise. It is going to be challenging because it is a hostile environment, so he said we've got to be sharp, communicate, and be at our best at the line of scrimmage, establish the tone with physicality, and throw that first knockout punch. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And the Horned Frogs will kick off first, and here we go. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He stopped right at the 35, almost found a little room for a big return, but they get him on the ground right there. Out of the gun, the running back has it. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Making the adjustment on the play. Here's Lewis to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Lewis to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a 1st down. The offense will gladly take a fresh setter downs after the penalty. The run inside. It's Payne. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. They've gotten deep into the conference race, sitting on top of the standings right now. That conference championship game is starting to loom large.
It is, and there's so much at stake, right? Like knowing in the 12-team playoff that I have a chance to get a bye, right? If I can win my conference. So a lot at stake. They've done really well. They're at the top of the leaderboard right now, Palmer, but a little bit of the season still left.
Yeah, you got to focus on today. We're at that time of season where all of us love talking about what's coming up and predicting who that conference championship game is going to be. Can they go to the...
Going for it all. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it, make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
And back to the air on second down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. Right at the line. Gets away from one, finds room. There's a crease. He's at the 30. Past the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And on third down, this offense comes up clutch. Man, you think you're handing the football off on third down and short just to go get the first down? How about the back, man? Great vision, gets past the first line, kicks it in gear, and makes the huge, long touchdown run.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Well, there's something you don't see very often. The quarterback overthrowing that guy with his type of speed. There aren't a lot of dudes that have the arm talent to overthrow him, but somehow we just saw it happen right there.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Still running at the 40. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Horned Frogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to throw one first. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Going with the ground game left. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. And the Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets...
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Third and long coming up. Changing the routes with his receivers. Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. Out wide left, it's Casey. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Caught. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I love the 3rd down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on 3rd down, you got to do one thing really well. You've got to come up and make that tackle, and that's exactly what he did.
Guys, Colorado has the lead here. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, it's Casey. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
Booster.
Lewis. Between the hashes, it's Gibson. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo!
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped him.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say,
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Follows his blocks. It's Casey. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. And the Buffaloes in the hurry-up. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Wants to go up top on second down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bucks! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. On the option. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14.
phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll ride him again. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on 4th down. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Colorado!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Makes the catch and he's free. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer. Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Running inside, it's Payne. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. Now, they'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game, a remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road potentially, but you got to win this one.
No doubt, and I think it's hard because you start to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're ranked, what's at stake. Let's see how they handle the pressure.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Needs it here on 4th down. Rush is on. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Not always the O-line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. And the penalty will be accepted. The offense says, thank you very much. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Looking for room, it's Payne. Worked his way ahead for a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. Clock stops. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. This time they'll throw it. Over the middle, complete to Wesco. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Offense on the move. Hey, big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. From the gun. Finds his big tight end. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going to the running game. There's some room. Touchdown, TCU! He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin. Ready to try the point after. And it's perfect. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He's brought down, but a really nice return gets it to the 41. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Hits inside, it's Casey. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Throwing, Lewis. Out wide right, it's Casey. At the 40, there he goes. Wide open on the right. Touchdown, Bucks! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run. TCU calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 2nd down to the air. Unloads to the right. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
They want to run this quarterback. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We start with the Wyoming Cowboys taking on the number 13 team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And it's Wyoming engaging in some real trench warfare today.
Oh, what vision! And there he goes! They won't get him! It's a touchdown! Lining up for the PAT. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So that one will put his name in the record books. You can't have a longer return in college football. 100 yards for 6. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the tackle is made on the return, but a penalty flag has flown, and I think they may be backing it up a bit. And after they mark off the yardage for the personal foul penalty, it's 1st and 10 for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pushes ahead for 1, it's 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
3rd and long right here. Quarterback signaling to his guys. 3rd down from the gun, Lewis. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Man, defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up a bit.
4th down, Lewis. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Got a little grass, and he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. The Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the 3rd quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Throws for the tight end. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Defense there to stop him after he spun his way to a 5-yard pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Trying to squeak through the pile. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time?
It's a seam wide open. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive 1st down play.
He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Colorado! And the punishment has been extended. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Lets it fly. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a